One thing that differentiates NIO from other brands like Tesla and XPeng, for example, is that NIO is launching new vehicles every year at a fast pace. Not only are they doing this at the yearly NIO Day event, but also mid-year like we have seen it with the ES7, but also recently at the 2023 Shanghai Auto Show with the new ES6. At first, this seems to be a positive for NIO, and I also think that it is good for NIO to have a variation of models, but it is also a point where NIO is blocking itself too. The problem I am talking about is that NIO is taking customers from themselves and keeping deliveries lower than they could be. As an example, NIO recently had only 2 of its models that were up to date with no outstanding model to replace them. Those models being the NIO ET5 and NIO ES7, all the other models were being replaced with a newer version or weren't available yet like the EC7. A positive is that NIO seems to have reacted to this, which I will also talk about later in the video. But let's start with the main problems of NIO holding back their own sales. In March 2023, according to CNEV Post, NIO delivered 6,437 ET5, 738 ET7 and 3,203 SUVs. I cannot say how many ES7 were delivered in March, but my guess would be that it was higher than the ES6, EC6, or ES8 sales. The question you have to ask yourself is whether you would buy a car while you know that an upgraded version of it will be coming out soon. I bet a lot of people would be hesitating to buy an outdated model. Of course, NIO is offering discounts on their first platform models like the ES6, EC6, and ES8 to boost sales, but still the models only make up a minor part of the deliveries. The ES6 alone used to be delivered around 6,000 units per month, and now it is barely impacting them. The ET7 had deliveries around 3,000 units a month, with now only 738 in March. If you take a look on NIO's website, the ES6 and old ES8 aren't even listed under the model category, even though the old ES8 is still being sold in Norway. The only NT 1.0 platform listed is the EC6. But the new models alone aren't the only reason sales could be held back. The time it takes from the launch of a new car to its delivery takes way too long. For instance, the ET7 was unveiled on NIO Day in January 2021 and deliveries only started in March 2022. It took NIO over a year from unveil to delivery, and it potentially held back customers for this very time period of buying a car because it took so long. The ET5 was unveiled on NIO Day on December 2021 and delivery only started in September 2022. There is clearly a big time gap between unveil and delivery date. In the meantime, there is the potential that customers won't buy a NIO vehicle because they are waiting for the newer models, or worse, that during that waiting period, they change their mind and buy a car from another brand. And because there were only the ET5 and ES7 that were up to date, this is a major problem of NIO causing itself. Thankfully, it seems like NIO started noticing this problem. A reversing trend can be seen in the most recent launches of the newest models. Since it took over 1 year for the ET7 and 9 months for the ET5, it only took 3 months for the ES7 from launch to the first deliveries. For the EC7, it was launched in December 2022 and deliveries started in mid-May. The new ES8 was also launched in December 2022 and deliveries will start in June. The fastest launch to delivery time was for the new ES6 that starts deliveries today on May 24th and was revealed only 1 month ago. So clearly the gap between the launch event and the delivery start is closing. I've already seen other people criticizing the delivery gap that NIO is creating, and I just wanted to mention this very problem as well. What are your thoughts on the new model releases and the gap between the unveil and delivery date? Do you like that NIO is releasing so many models, and do you think that NIO is losing customers or holding back their own sales because of the larger time gap between unveil and delivery start? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. As always, I would be happy about a subscription of yours because it is helping the channel to grow and reaching more people. I hope you have a nice day.